I want to be in a sunflower's world, but I'm just a frail little boy.
You sound like this is
Night.
gonna be like a Nightman song.
Well, that's what Paul McCartney sounds like. I think that was a spot-on
No,
impression.
you
of
sound like
Sir
Charlie Day.
Paul
You
McCartney.
sound like Charlie Day. Jesse, I saw something terrible the other day, and we haven't talked about it yet. But I feel like I've had enough to drink now that I finally am able to broach this topic with you.
Was it somebody drinking chicken breast
Worse.
from a protein shake container?
When I was at the store, I saw a woman buy the deli wine.
Like purposefully.
I saw a woman put it in her basket and check out and buy it.
Now, did she look like a rough woman? Like maybe she was a roughing it.
No, she just looked like a normal housewife.
Well, maybe she was using it for cooking, which is probably what it's for.
See, that's what I thought, and that's why I didn't say anything, because I thought, oh, what if I'm like, ma'am, you can't drink that? But she's like, no, I cook with this. Then I'll look like the crazy person.
Is that what you would have said to her? Like, excuse me, ma'am. Like, I've taste tested all these terrible wines. You cannot buy this one.
Oh, now I would for sure, and I'd let her know, like, you see this Spanish one right here? That's what you're gonna want.
I mean, yeah. You should email the company, like nuts.com, and let them know, like, I'll be your spokesperson.
I'm gonna email nuts.com and let them know about this good wine.
No, I meant like I would do for nuts.com, but yeah, I haven't been using nuts.com recently.
Do you even eat nuts anymore?
Have I told you what I'm into now?
You're into popcorn, right? Or do you have an even newer thing?
No, well, I still do popcorn, but not as much. But I'm a big salsa boy now. I've been buying so much salsa. Like, I've been buying it in bulk.
What do you eat it with?
Like chips. Like
that seems like a
tortilla
lot
chips.
of calories for you.
Well, I have not been as healthy as I have
Okay.
been in the past.
I mean,
I've
that
kinda
wasn't
slipped here.
me like knocking you. I don't care how many calories you have, but just based on what you
No,
told me
I know.
before.
Yeah, I was counting them for a while, and then I fell off the wagon. It's just how it is sometimes. But the chips, it's like 140 calories for like 15 of them, and I usually eat like maybe like 20 of them at a time. So like 200 calories for a snack, and salsa's like nothing. It's like 10 calories for a tablespoon. So,
But you've
I'm
got a
not
lot of
that worried
sodium
about the
there,
salsa.
though. Between the
It is.
sodium
That
and the
is
chips.
actually something. I agree. The sodium does worry me a little bit. But I've just been a big salsa boy recently. I've been looking for alternatives because of the sodium. People keep saying kale chips, but I don't know if that would be a good replacement.
Nah.
I've also been, Dan, this is the other thing I've been huge into recently. In the past week, I think I've eaten 2 pounds of lentils. I'm like a lentil head right now. I fucking love those legumes.
Okay.
Like, have you ever eaten like just a bag of lentils, Dan?
I can't say I have. I mean, I've eaten lentils before. But
Oh
I've
shit,
never
we're in the
eaten
third phase. Ah.
Yo, that just does you good, though, huh? I just gotta get away.
I don't know. It might be full screen. I have no idea. Oh, you know what we haven't been using at all? Like
The
literally,
crab.
I think we haven't. Well, the crab, but also the flask, the physic. We could put something in that could help us survive that, maybe.
I literally can't.
Dan, like, if it makes us not have to fight the flower like 10 more times, like, what is this? Is like the fucking train puzzle, like that people are like, oh, like, do we kill the communist and the housewife to save the child? Like, we could just take,
What was
like,
that example?
a
I'm sorry,
minute.
what train puzzle have you been doing?
The communist and the housewife to save the child. I don't know. Whatever.
What was the housewife doing
like,
with the communist?
well, they're both tied up on the same side. So,
I know,
like,
but why
you have
were they
somebody
even
that,
together in the first place?
well, maybe she's been trying to learn some Marxist theories or something. She's trying to rise up against her oppressors. That's not the point.
Well, I'm just
What?
saying you didn't create a very sympathetic group, so I don't feel too bad about redirecting the train.
Well, that's what the train thing is. Like, you have a housewife. You don't want to kill the housewife. Like, she's innocent.
No, but
like,
I'm
what,
saying I do want to kill her. That's the problem. Because I feel
what
like
are you talking about?
I feel like she's been kind of hanging out with that communist that you put her with, and so she's kind of a risk here. I feel like she kind of is hanging out with a dangerous crowd.
No, the housewife is not associated with the communists. She's just
They're
there.
just I'm
She's
sorry,
just-
they're just together.
Yes, but not like they've never met before.
It just is a coincidence that whenever the psychopath was looking for people, he found a communist and he found a housewife. They weren't together though.
No,
I'm not.
But
She has been hanging out
Alright,
with
fine.
him on the tracks for a while though. You can't deny that.
there's a dog and a communist on one side, and there's a child on
So
the
you
other.
counted the
Like,
communists
it's
twice, I see.
Are dogs communists? What
No,
are you
but,
trying to say?
communists are dogs, Jesse. They're not people like us. I don't want any more of this Soviet propaganda.
I don't think you can say that so close to China. They can send people after you.
Dude, you know
they'll
what
come
country
get you.
Jesse, I'm sorry, you know what country I'm in? This is like the China
Yeah.
shit-talking capital of the world.
I know, but like you're so proximity close, like they could come get you if they wanted.
Oh, fuck them.
They'll Shanghai you right
Chinese
back.
people are the worst tourists in the world. They suck.
Oh my gosh, don't start. I agree with you, but we can't start shit talking the Chinese on our public YouTube channel.
I'm not afraid of the Chinese.
Even today, though, I had an issue because I was going to work and I was going to get off the elevator, and I had 4 Chinese people try to rush into the elevator as I was trying to get off. And I was like, excuse me, like, please let me get off before you all just try to push me back in. Like, are you serious?
I think, though, it is important. This is the soberest thought I've had in a while.
Okay.
When I say Chinese people, I'm not referring to people who are ethnically Chinese or American Chinese, European Chinese. I'm specifically talking about people who live in China, or born and
Politically.
raised in China. People, yes, who are like Chinese. I've obviously got no problem with just the race of people.
Yeah, we should clear that up.
It's the people who live in China who are communists.
Unless post drink clarity, unless we're like, Jeffrey, you need to edit this whole part out of the show.
No, don't edit it out, because I do agree with what I said.
Oh
Chinese
my god, there's
tourists,
so many gold things.
Chinese tourists in Japan, they cause so many problems. They're so loud in places where they shouldn't be loud.
I feel like Japan doesn't like any tourists, though. Like, that's the gist that I get. Like, they hate Americans, too. For sure.
No, they love American tourists.
That's not what I get from Reddit. Like, I guess I shouldn't be taking anything from Reddit. But every post I see on Reddit about, like, Japanese tourism is, like, how much, like, Americans cause problems for them.
That's just sensationalist news. When you're actually in Japan, when you go places and you're American, people fucking love it. I see that all the time on Reddit too, about how they don't let Americans in, or Americans can't do this or that. It's like, that's not real.
Something I will tell you, Dan, is you haven't used the flame skewer on his head a single time.
It's just so hard to hit it.
Ah,
There I hit it and it didn't do that much damage.
it's a good move, and it catches your sword on fire.
It doesn't stay on fire as long as it's like, yeah, you're right.
Try it on the first phase. It's pretty, like, yeah, I think you can do, like, half his health on the first phase. Easy. Just take Pot Jr.'s example. Do we need to summon the horn basket in?
You always say that to me as if it's a power that I have, but I'm holding back. I can't can't summon the horn basket, Jesse. Why you keep
I always say
telling me
that to you. This is the first boss fight we've done since we summoned the horn basket.
But you've been talking to me about it on and off episodes. You keep saying, "What if we replace Pot Junior?" First, it was with fucking Quizno.
Oh, I did say
Then you
that.
keep saying it with the horn basket. Like, I can't.
I did say that in that one episode. I only know that because I just watched it while I was eating my dinner tonight at work.
And Jesse, and you've said it earlier this episode when we found him again.
I just love him.
But today. You fucking talk about replacing Pot Junior with the horn basket. I don't have the power.
Like, he was so hard to come into the Mesmer fight, but like, he gets summoned for this. He's like, curse you, sunflower! A curse upon you and all your seedlings.
I mean,
Those are gonna hit the wall. He did, yeah, he fucked up there. He hit the wall with all of his projectiles.
He fucked up, but I fucked up hard.
Pot Junior tanks pretty well. You did say at one point you were just gonna let him take the wheel like Jesus, but then he wasn't attacking. Maybe
he won't fight. That's the problem with this fight because that boss moves around too much. If I'm not in combat, he won't engage.
All right, is it time to summon in real beast Jesse? Like, dude, is this the episode that we double down on this sunflower?
I don't think no. I don't want you here. I don't want you here for this.
How many more tries until you summon me?
It'll be this whole episode. Like, if I don't get it this whole episode, you still won't be summoned.
Heal.
You're such a worrier.
Pot does so much damage on his own, though. I think he...
I'm Pot.
Like, if you...
I'm Pot.
Okay, Pot Junior. If you stay, like... Let's say we stay within, like, a 30-foot radius of the sunflower. Don't go past 30 feet. Like, it might be easier to dodge some telegraph moves, but also Pot will keep attacking.
Okay, I'll try that.
Pot Junior. He's doing the charge. Those are the ones in the sky.
Oh, that was dirty.
There's two sets of them. They're slated. So you dodge once, and then you dodge again immediately after the first one.
Dude,
that one guy's using that
like
crazy weapon.
That's like a pizza cutter.
Yeah. It is, Dan. I'm so glad you noticed that, because like I was just gonna say, like, I love that. That's one of the DLC weapons, and it's fucking crazy. The guy that we were talking about, Caleb, watching me play earlier, I got that weapon. He's like, what is that? I'm like, that's a Mezzaluna. And then he was like, what's a Mezzaluna? And I was like, oh, this guy doesn't food war. Yeah, he doesn't know about the Mezzaluna. Now I'm just thinking about, like, if all the food war protagonists had, like, weapons, like in Elden Ring, what would they use to fight with?
Well, is there a big cinnamon stick you can use as a weapon?
Oh, for the Indian guy? A big smelly... He'd probably use the perfumer ones, right? The perfumer bottles.
Because of the name?
Well, that's the lore, is like that they make like smelly things that like have powers.
Where's your face?
Where's
bro,
the head? Oh, Junior's getting all overzealous there. Let's heal all the way. Let's just waste the flask.
No, because I'll run out.
Okay.
I just have to be good enough to not die from here, Jesse. Like, I can't assume that I'll fuck up. I have to assume that I'll do good.
Also, when he pops up in the second stage here, and even the third, or I guess the third phase is harder because he does the big explosion. But you can punish him when he pops up there with your big flame skewer, I think, probably. Just dodge his initial big one.
Just a frail little boy living in a sunflower's world.
That has to be the title of the episode. That sounds like a Beatle like song. A frail little boy in a sunflower's world. by Paul McCartney and the Beatles.
Oh God, I can't live like this any longer.
I want to be in a sunflower's world, but I'm just a frail little boy.
You sound like this is gonna be like a Nightman song.
Well, that's what Paul McCartney sounds like. I think that was a spot on impression.
You sound like Charlie Day. You sound like Charlie Day.
I do kind of like, because when you're talking, you don't really know what you sound like. But whenever I hear recordings of myself, my voice is way higher pitched than I think it is when it's coming out of my mouth. So I can see why I would sound like Charlie Day.
Because when you hear your own voice, it's resonating through your ears and stuff.
So does everybody think their voice is deeper than it actually is? Is that like actual like science?
Not necessarily deeper, but it will be different than what they think it is. Because the other part of this is your brain knows that your voice is being resonated, so it doesn't sound right. So it actually adjusts how it sounds to try to mimic the real sound of your voice. So the interesting thing about that is, even when you listen to recordings of your own voice, your brain is still trying to adjust it because it thinks it's coming from yourself. It doesn't know the difference between recording or not. So even when you listen to your recorded voice, it still doesn't quite sound like what other people hear it as. You'll never hear your own voice.
That's crazy. I don't like that. That's kind of scary.
Yeah.
That's from where you're explaining that you got hit by every single attack Erdtree.
I don't even remember what happened there.
It was cursed. Like, Jeffrey will let you know, it was fucking cursed. It was like, you literally got hit by every single move he did. It was rough.
I mean, that's not too different than just my normal kind of performance.
Oh, nice. There it is. Flame
I feel like that didn't do any damage to them.
Oh, dude, it does so much damage. Look how much damage you're doing now with the flame on it.
I'm not even attacking it. Pot Junior is.
You just
he's dead!
him.
He's dead!
I'm just a pot in a sunflower's world. Who's more powerful, the sunflower or the pot that contains him?
Have you ever seen a sunflower, Jesse? You're not containing it in a fucking pot. They're big as shit.
Is that like actual like lore, like farm lore?
I mean, I'm not a farmer, so I might be wrong, but I've seen plenty of sunflowers. I see them every day of my life. They're really big.
How many sunflowers could you take?
An infinite number. There's nothing a sunflower can do to hurt me. But I can do a lot to hurt a sunflower.
More than a simple bat.
Fuck.
I can't believe the sunflower is causing so much trouble. Stop it.
It's hard.
Charge. Nice. I agree. It's just a fucking rough fight. You know, you were talking shit saying how I always say that I get summoned for all the fights. I don't get summoned for this one because I hate this fight.
Like, you don't even try to do it.
No, definitely not. I had a hard enough time the first time I did it.
But doesn't that mean this is the one that like you're most needed for?
Oh, I see.
Like the people scream and they just like, Jesse.
I'm not the hero they need.
See, Pot Junior's just running for me. He's actively getting hit and he's not trying to engage the enemy. He's trying to follow me.
He's just walking towards you slowly.
That's the biggest problem with this boss. It
You
fucks
think
with
Pot Junior is a liability?
He's not a liability, but he's just like, even now I'm dead. He doesn't engage. He just takes hits.
Dan, I asked you this so long ago. Can we just look at our other spirit ashes? I just want to see what you have. I'm not going to say we need to switch. I just want to know which ones you actually own. I'm very curious.
How do I even check?
Inventory. Just go to your inventory. Scroll over. There. This is it. Wow. We don't have that many, but we do have an archer. She'll stay in one place and shoot.
We do
We
have
do have
Mr.
my
Jelly.
favorite one in the game. We do. He's only +1. We only
Yeah.
gave him +1 the entire. We made it to Lane Dell. We were fighting Morgoth at the Omen King, and we only had him at +1.
Jesse, I don't care. I'll take him +1 to the very end of the game if I want to.
Yeah,
What's
I mean
it
the
matter?
little guys with the shield. You have my favorite
Dude,
one
you
in the game.
fucking
Those
love
little
those
guys
little
with the
guys.
shields.
Well, why don't I have
They're
the little
great.
guys and put on my
They're
thing
so
to make me
good.
stronger when they all die?
Yes, that's a good strategy.
Oh, look at me. No, that's not what it's about, Jesse.
This guy's weak too, so if you had that 20% damage buff, like if you hit him, you're gonna hit him like a fucking truck.
We can't win like that.
All right, I'll take that loss. That was on me. I like took you off your game there.